When your avoidant ex starts entertaining a new rebound relationship, I know that the first thing that you may want to try to do is to get into contact with them and try to convince them that this is something that they don't want to do, and instead try to sit with you and work on what you guys need to in order to make this relationship between the both of you work. And I know where this comes from because you're holding on to the hope of how things could be, and you're hoping that maybe there's a chance that you can get them to see how things can be good if they try to do their best to start to work on this avoidant attachment style, because that has been the main culprit as to why things haven't been able to work out between the both of you. And this is something that is admirable about you and is a testament to your love and willingness and commitment to try to work things out with this person and do everything that you can. But you have to let this person figure this out on their own. They need to see it in real time that this relationship wasn't doomed or wasn't going to work out because of anything that you did wrong, but was because of them and their inability to start to work on this avoidant attachment style. You've done everything. You've tried to do so many different things in so many different ways to get them to see that, and instead of them starting to understand that and see how they can make small little increments towards working on that, they would rather do something drastic and starting to entertain a new rebound relationship, or just simply diving right into that rebound relationship instead of doing everything that they possibly can to work on this relationship with you, and knowing how it's important for them in so many different ways. Because contrary to belief, deep down they value both you and the relationship, and in fact in that new rebound relationship they're going to measure everything that new person does or doesn't do to you, because they want that same thing in that new person. And instead of understanding that every relationship is going to be completely different from the next one, because just like humans and how we have our own uniqueness and there's not one person that is exactly the same from the other, love and relationship respond the same exact way, because it's you, it's how you've expressed your love, it's how you express yourself, and that's something that is not going to be replicated in that new relationship. They're not going to realize it in the beginning because they're still caught up in the honeymoon phase of it and it being new, so you won't see that. But the closer it gets to more of that commitment phase, that's where they're going to realize that and understand how they made a major mistake, because this person is not you. They're not going to love them the same way that you did, or provide an environment where this person is seen, heard, and understood the way that you have done in such a consistent way. The new rebound relationship may satisfy certain aspects that they've been looking for, but it's not going to be exactly the way that you were, and that's something that is going to haunt them, honestly, when they finally wake up and realize that the main reason why things haven't been working out is because of them, and they've made a major mistake in not doing everything that they can on their part to try to get you back and also work on this relationship. And that's something that I hope can help ease that part of you that is going through so much emotionally right now, and how you're feeling is completely valid. And I know it's still hard for you to accept this, but I'm hoping that this is going to start to get you to realize how this is going to hurt them more than it's going to hurt you, because I know that there's probably a part of you that's also frustrated to see how you did everything that you possibly could and did the right thing, and yet you're being one that's punished because of them and not being able to feel and see and understand how this is not you and how it's on them, and you now have to carry the baggage, it seems like, for the both of you when it comes to this, while they're just out happily doing whatever they want with this new person and acting like they're unaffected. But that is all a facade, and it's going to be temporary for them, and they're going to come to that realization at some point in time. And the thing about it is that they tend to experience it a lot worse than what you did. It's going to hit them like a ton of bricks, because not only have they prolonged their own healing journey, which is going to compound those issues or emotions that they don't want to feel, but on top of that, they're going to realize that they made a huge mistake mistake and letting you go, and there's probably zero chance of getting you back in their life. So that's something that I hope that you can hold on to, knowing deep down, because again, I know that this is so challenging on your part to see happen and to see them thriving while you're over here going through so much and just having a hard time just getting up and doing your normal things in the day because you're heartbroken. But just know that this pain that you are feeling is going to subside at some point in time. Unfortunately, I know that the pain that you're feeling, you want to try to get rid of as quickly as you possibly can, but it needs to take its time and go through the 5 stages of grief. And the more that you can allow yourself to do that, the easier and faster it's going to be. And I promise you, the more that you stick to this and the more that you give yourself the space to start to process things and look at it from the vantage point of how things were versus what you're telling yourself or what they've convinced you of, it's going to help you. Because again, you did everything that you possibly could to try to work on this relationship, to try to get this person to see the value in working on themselves and this attachment style, because of how good the relationship can be if that is going to happen. But they simply just did not get to that point. It has little to nothing to do with you at all. They had to be the one to come to that realization and understand that for themselves, and they simply didn't. And in fact, instead of sitting down with a professional like a therapist and starting to work on this and unwind this, they would rather do something drastic like jumping into a rebound relationship, which to them right now, they think they made the best decision here, but typically they're going to realize at some point in time that they made a major mistake in letting someone like you go, and that's going to be on them. But what is on you now is doing what's in your best interest to begin to heal and move on from this relationship.